Coming up on Sportscenter, early returns in the NFL playoffs. The Packers leave it to Favre to break hearts in San Francisco and make Steve Young restless in search of a repeat. The Bills try to fight their way to the AFC title game. Would their postseason world end with a bam and keep them whimpering in Buffalo? UMass looking to its main man to stay undefeated, and the Rockets try to glide to a win against the Pacers. Say, if the halftime entertainment is not for you, remember, admission is free to Sportscenter next.
Hello and welcome to SportsCenter. With Larry Beal, I'm Steve Levy.
The Buffalo Bills learned the definition of BAM, another injury for Shaq, and Jimmy Johnson says he may return to the NFL, but not necessarily with the Dolphins. But we begin with the return of Mike Holmgren to San Francisco.
Yes, the odds were clearly against him. Betting and betting lines, they're for suckers. With that in mind, since 1960, 28 playoff games have had a double-digit point spread. Only twice have the underdogs won. Jets in Super Bowl III, KC in Super 4. Green Bay was a 10-point underdog heading into their NFC divisional playoff game today in San Francisco. It's the third straight season the Packers have made it this far. The first two times they lost to the defending champs. Or this year's defending champs, the Niners, where the Packers go 0 for 3 with Mike Holmgren returning to the Bay. First quarter scoreless. Steve Young to Adam Walker. Off the big hit, he fumbles. Greg Newsome picks it up. Goes 31 yards for the touchdown, and the Packers a 7-0 lead. Later in the first, play fake. Brett Favre, Keith Jackson, a non-factor all year. He's a factor in this one. It's 14-0 Pack. Second quarter, Favre with his other tight end and best pal, Mark Chmura. 21-0 Pack, and what is going on? Packers defense also rose to the occasion. Brent Jones hits the deck when Wayne Simmons hits him. Then Reggie White gets to Steve Young, forces the incomplete pass. Packers led 21-3 at the break. Third quarter, they try to rally. Young to Rice for 25. Then, fourth and goal from the 1. Young quarterback sneak. Niners trail now 21-10. Young emerges battered but closer to the Packers. Fourth quarter, Young, more pressure. Avoids the pressure momentarily. Then he's stripped by John Jerkovic. Darius Holland recovers. The Packers have the football. On 4th and 2, Favre slides his way to the first down, keeps the drive alive. More importantly, the clock ticking. Chris Jackie connects from 26, and it's 27-10 Green Bay. 4.5 left. Niners have the ball. Young picked off by Mike Pryor at the goal line, and the Packers win 27-17. And the Cheeseheads that made the trip, they loved every minute of it. Young put it up an NFL playoff record 65 times in the loss. Now for the Pack, Robert Brooks, Keith Jackson, each 4 catches, each over 100 yards. And the man who delivered them the football, the NFL MVP Brett Favre, 1 yard short of 300. He's now 1 win short of the Super Bowl.
We knew going in that they were going to be good, but if we continue to just execute and not worry about so much what they were doing, we'd be okay.
This is farthest I've ever gotten as a professional. I'm 1 game away from achieving a dream. And my teammates, these guys are great, and I just praise God. This is great. We beat a good team, Super Bowl champions, and this is giving us an opportunity to take the next step.
This is awful. This is absolutely awful. We demand and expect way more from ourselves, and this, I think, we feel like it feels very strange.
So 3 things have changed about the divisional playoffs for the Packers. Their opponent, it had been the Cowboys, the outcome, and the performance of Brett Favre, maybe as close to perfect in a big game as we have seen in some time. On target 75% of the time without being picked a single time. Much more on this game later in the show. Larry.
Now for the AFC, as the Bills took the field in Pittsburgh, Bruce Smith was in bed back in Buffalo with a 103-degree fever. The Bills' best defensive player hoped to be spending his day sacking Neil O'Donnell. Instead, Smith himself was sacked by the flu. Now, since 1988, the Bills have gone 11-2 without Smith in the lineup. A very nice stat, but they would need something special to beat Pittsburgh today. So would they get it? Well, Kevin Green getting something special from his wife. Hey, I'd be fired up after that. Second quarter, Steelers up 7-0. Neil O'Donnell straight back to pass with time. Ernie Mills, great leaping catch. But is that a touchdown? Let's check the replay. Marv Levy says no way. Watch his feet. Left foot down, right foot out. Refs call it a touchdown, say he was pushed out. controversial. Steelers up 14-0. Thurman Thomas on the loose. No. Fumble. Parnell Lake recovers. Buffalo trailing 23-7 at the half. Could things get any worse? Sure could. Jim Kelly, the meat in a Steelers sandwich, crushed by Greg Lloyd and Bill Johnson. Kelly would limp off to the locker room. The Bills down in the third quarter, 26-7. In comes Alex Van Pelt to lead a drive. And fooling the Steeler defense with play action wide open is Tony Klein. Bills down 26-14. And Jim Kelly, he is one of the gutsiest in the game. He wants to play and does come back, connecting with Thomas over the middle for the touchdown. Bills down 26-21 in the fourth. They refuse to die, and momentum is swinging. The Steelers need to move the ball. Next possession, 3rd and 8. Complete. O'Donnell, 22-yard strike to Yancey. Thigpen laying out for the grab to keep the drive alive. And the Steelers move the ball downfield. This is why they call him Bam. Bam Morris running over people. And the Steelers, with that touchdown, go up 33-21 to ice the game away. Not the way Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas wanted their season to end. Bill Cowher, stand and cheer as the Steelers win at 40-21. The Steelers advancing to the AFC title game for the 2nd straight year. With 409 yards of offense, the Steelers post their biggest postseason point total since 1976. Bam Morris runs for 2 TDs. Norm Johnson booted 4 field goals. Next up for the Steelers, the winner of the Chiefs-Colts game.
This year, our team's a lot more a team, not offense, defense. Come on, defense, stop them. Come on, offense, let's go, score some points. You look at everyone. I mean, it's really a close-knit group this year.
Fortunately, we have enough heart and enough guts to go out and that last drive that we had that put points on the board and just hammer it down, you know, do whatever it takes to convert 3rd downs and put some points on the board.
We put a lot, you know, into this and think of it as a life and death situation, but he's in a real life and death situation. 103 temperature, you know, he's basically on a deathbed.
Cornelius Bennett talking about his comrade Bruce Smith there as we take a look at the numbers on Thurman Thomas, who's been a gallant warrior for the Bills for years. Unfortunately, he saved some of his worst games for the playoffs, especially on the road. In home playoff games, Thurman has averaged over 100 yards a game, less than half of that away from Buffalo, running for only 46 yards in this game, including a critical fumble. Steve?
To the NBA, the Rockets took on the first-place team in the Central Division Wednesday and didn't fare all that well. They lost to the Bulls by 14. Houston would try and bring their play up a notch while dropping down to play the second-place team in the Central, Indiana. And the Rockets figured to get the necessary spark from the return of Clyde the Glide, back from his shin injury after missing 8 games. Nice return pass to Chucky Brown there. Then Drexler on the drive. Dish over the shoulder to Hakeem. 2 of his 22 there. Clyde's outside shot, just a bit off the mark, bit rusty, but Hakeem the follow. Then Clyde with the glide and the speed, taking the feed for the jam. Rockets by 10 at the break. More Clyde. How about behind the back? Sam Cassell for the bomb. He nails it in the 4th. Clyde. Rebound scoop. No look pass to Cassell's. Mario Elliott, 11 in the 4th. Cleans up after Sam. The Rockets win 99-87. Clyde played 36 minutes. Solid return, 8 points, 5 boards, 7 dishes. Houston never trailed. Reggie Miller didn't hit 1 shot inside the 3-point line. The 200th win for Rudy T. Bulls and Bucks. How about a Packer fan inside the United Center? First quarter, Dennis Rodman, great hustle, getting the rebound, the save to Michael for 3. Buys that one. Bulls by 9 at the break. Third quarter, Jordan spin on the baseline right past Johnny New, and the Bulls by 13. Fourth quarter, Bulls are running. Pippen pretty scoop. Alley-oop to Jordan for the lay-in. Can you alley-oop for lay-in? Bulls by 19. 32 for Jordan. Judd Buechler, the putback. Michael and Dennis enjoy their fourth quarter bench time, and the Bulls roll in this one. Chicago matching the best start in NBA history. Only 3 other teams have ever started 28-3. 66-67 Sixers, 69-70 Knicks, and the 71-72 Lakers. Bulls had as many offensive boards as the Bucks did defensive, 20. Maybe that's why Mike Dunleavy got himself ejected.
To the college game, it's a good news, bad news situation for the Terps of Maryland. They've won 21 straight conference games at home. That's the longest streak in the ACC. That would be the good news. But they're coming off a 14-point loss in their conference opener to Georgia Tech, the bad stuff. North Carolina hoping to deliver some more bad news. Visiting Cole Fieldhouse, Boomer Esiason checking out his alma mater. First half, Dante Calabria from downtown Carolina up by 13 at the half. Second half, Terps charge back. Johnny Rhodes overshoots X-ray hip. Great save, though. Back to Rhodes, and we would go to overtime in OT. Terps still sizzling. Dwayne Simpkins way outside. Maryland up 5. Carolina responds with Dante and a 3. We're even at 84. Tied at 86. Time winding down. Jeff McGinnis trying to win it. In and out. Scramble for the loose ball. Calabria throws up a prayer. Anton Jameson to win it.
The buzzer! And it counts! Unbelievable!
1/10 of a second remaining when he got the shot off. Gary Williams wants to see the replay and check with Dickie V.
He got it off. He got it off. And the game does not end on 0-0. The game ends on the horn.
1/10 of a second, the ball was out of his hand.
We're happy to help you out with the replay. A heartbreaking loss for the Terps. Anton Jameson barely beats the clock. Jameson finishing with a season-high 31. And credit Dante Calabria just to throw the ball up in the air. Heads-up play. Carolina improves to 11-2, 2-0 in the ACC. The Terps' 21-game ACC home court winning streak is over. UCLA going for their 7th straight win, visiting Washington. Charles O'Bannon, as they get the rebound here, up the court to Toby Bailey. In traffic, pull up, and he hits. UCLA up 68-65. Washington answers. Patrick Femerling with a throwdown. 69-68 Huskies. J.R. Henderson hangs and hits. 70-69 UCLA. And Bob Bender sits down and loses a tight one as the Bruins hold on 78-70. The Bruins have won 7 straight. J.R. Henderson with 22 points. Toby Bailey 18 points but had 12 turnovers. The loss snapping Washington's 5-game winning streak. More from the Pac-10. 9th-ranked Arizona at Stanford. That's the hand of Brevin Knight, a dislocated index finger, and that really hurts. Kept on playing, though. Finished with 18 points and 10 assists. His backcourt mate, Deion Cross, even better. A pure shooter, hits the 3, and then an NBA-range 3. And how about 3 more? Stanford up 4 at the break. Second half. More from Deion, and not Sanders. That's Deion Cross with another 3 on the break. Taking it in. Oh, sweet. Deion Cross and Stanford winning at 80-71. Deion a career-high 30, including 7 3-pointers for the Cardinal. Stanford snapping a 15-game losing streak against Arizona. The Wildcats were coming off a 24-point loss at Cal, so they start the Pac-10 season at 0-2. Steve?
To hockey, the Blues figured to have a much easier time with the Penguins than the Red Wings did last night. Pittsburgh traveled to St. Louis, minus only 2 of the top 3 scores in the entire league. Ron Francis has the flu, while Mario Lemieux has complained of fatigue. 66 will take the weekend off. He's scheduled to play Monday at home. Good news, but it wouldn't help the Pens tonight at the Kiel Center. Pick it up second period. Blues down 2-1. Nice passing. Ends up with the Brett Hull one-timer to tie it at 2. Hull's 26. Man can fire the puck. Third period still tied. Dal Howardchuk on the breakaway, one-on-one with Kenny Reggett, wears him out. 3-2 Blues. Later in the period, time winding down. Jaromir Jagr splits the defense, but denied by Grant Fuhr. Grant had 36 saves, and the Blues hang on to win a thriller, 3-2. Pittsburgh, that awesome power play, they go 1 for 9 with the man advantage. In this one, a season high, 20,193 at the Kiel Center.
The Cowboys had the best record in the NFC, but one of their losses came against Philly. Can the Eagles do it again when it counts? And can the Colts beat the Chiefs without Marshall Faulk? We will preview both of those games coming up on Sportscenter. Also ahead on the show, what went wrong for the 49ers and what went right for the Pack Attack? The Cavs catch a break with Shaq out. Can they ride the ferry to victory? And Marcus Camby looking out for #1 as UMass takes on the Flyboys.
There is a magic within them, a legendary quality. They are men of miracles. Fly with them in this extraordinary new video, NBA Legacy, Living Legends to Rising Stars. Plus, you also get into the NBA game with the officially licensed NBA team sweatshirt of your choice. Both the authentic sweatshirt and the NBA Legacy video are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated, the magazine that gets you into sports like no one else. NBA Legacy traces a line of superstars as the torch of greatness is passed from one generation to the next. Player by player, position by position, you'll find behind every penny there's a little magic. every hill. There's a doctor in the house. And see just how you can build a shack on a stilt. From legendary clutch shooters Jerry West and Larry Bird to today's red-hot Reggie Miller. It's an NBA legacy, free from Sports Illustrated. Call now and you also get the NBA sweatshirt of your choice, any team. It's a great-looking heavyweight sweatshirt. It's extra large and extra special, featuring the colorful logo of your favorite team, no matter which team it is. Get yours free when you order 54 issues of Sports Illustrated, including the famous swimsuit issue, for only $1.47 an issue. Save over 50% off the cover price. For quicker delivery, use your credit card. Call now to order for yourself or someone else and get the video of the ages, NBA legacy, living legends to rising stars, plus the NBA team sweatshirt of your choice. Both the sweatshirt and video are free from Sports Illustrated. It's a sports experience like no other. Sports Illustrated. Get into it.
Tomorrow's Sunday Conversation is a winner with the winningest head coach in NFL history. Roy Firestone chats with Don Shula. One of the topics, Jimmy.
And Jimmy's got a track record. There's no question about it. You know, he's a proven winner at the University of Miami, and he went in and did a great job with the Cowboys. And if he's the guy and Wayne makes that decision, you know, I'm all for it. You know, as I mentioned before, I'm going to root for the Dolphins.
Back to the NBA, and after starting 0-7, the Cleveland Cavaliers looked like they would settle in at the bottom and stay in last place. Well, since then, they've gone 16-6, kind of doing it with mirrors, three-point shooting, minus a legitimate big man. Now, that lack of a big man figured to be big trouble tonight. All right, guys, who wants to guard Shaq? Well, nobody had to. Shaq scratched because of a strained quad. The Cavs luck out. First half, Penny's got to step it up with authority. Hardaway had 23 points on the night, but the Cavs... Joe Courtney says, I may not be as big as Shaquille, but I can block shots. Fast break, Bobby Sura, finger roll. Cavs up by 4 at the break. More the same in the second half. Terrell Brandon, the steal, dish to Bobby Phills, hangs, floats, hits. Mike Tyson, what a knockout punch. The Cavs delivered one, 105-94, so Orlando's 7-game winning streak comes to an end. In addition to Shaq sitting out with that thigh injury, Nick Anderson also sidelined because of a sprained toe. Chris Mills tallied 23 for the winners. Bullets and Pistons, Michigan head coach Steve Fisher checking out the NBA highlights. Second quarter, Grant Hill in traffic, challenging Big George Murasan with a finger roll, and he hits. Third quarter, Allen Houston working down low. Follows his own shot, tip it up, tip it in. Houston 25, Pistons were leading by 25. And still pumping in the third. Nice pass. Dumars to the cutting Hill. Fundamentals right there as the Pistons win at 90-82. This game was kind of a blowout. The Bullets made a late run, so this score not really indicative of what a wide disparity there was in the game. Grant Hill and Allen Houston with 25 apiece. Otis Thorpe added 22 and 13. The Pistons have won 8 of their last 11 games. In progress from Arco Arena in Sacramento, we've got a partial score between the Warriors and the Kings, 90-77 Sacramento. The Kings have won 3 straight. Warriors have dropped 6 in a row to Sacramento. Steve?
Back to the college game. Marcus Camby of #1 UMass saw 2 new things on the basketball court today. A new opponent in Dayton as the Flyers made the move from the Great Midwest Conference into the Atlantic 10. And a new defensive strategy to guard him with. As colleague Bill Rafter would say, man-to-man. Coach Cal said that Dayton was the first team this season not to double-team Camby, so would it work? On the break, Camby, huge block on Darnell Hahn. Starts the break, Carmelo Travieso to Dana Dingle for the jam. UMass by 10 at the break. Second half, though, all Camby spinning baseline. Reverse layup gets it to go. UMass by 10. Then Camby, the turnaround jumper, a career-high 38 UMass. They win by 20. Dayton coach Oliver Purnell with the obvious afterwards. We couldn't defend Camby. Marcus also had 11 boards and 4 blocks. Chris Daniels had 20, a valiant effort in the loss before fouling out trying to guard Mr. Marcus. UMass tying for their best start ever. Last time Ole Miss beat the Cats in Lexington was 1927. Not going to happen in 1996 either. Antoine Walker, 11 and 11, 4th double-double of the season for him. Kentucky's won 10 straight. Excuse me, choked up about it. The Cats had the defense going, coming up with 13 swipes and 10 squats. #3, Memphis, off their loss to UMass, trying to bounce back at Houston. Kirk Ford, Houston up by 3. Back comes Memphis. Mingo Johnson from way out. tied at 67, and here we go. After a Damon Jones free throw, Houston had a 1-point lead. Johnson the drive. Loses possession, but Houston's Tim Moore is fouled. Moore would make the first free throw. Misses the second, and then Chris Garner, prayer to win it. Just off the mark. Houston wins in that one, 69-67 in the thriller. Memphis never led after the midway point of the first half. It's their second loss in a row. They can say goodbye to that number 3 ranking. Last game for the 4th-ranked Kansas, where they get into their Big 8 schedule, hosting SMU. Jacques Vaughn, great bounce pass to Paul Pierce, and Vaughn was feeling it. Then Vaughn ahead to Pierce again, and Pierce skying, jamming. Pierce had 12. The Jayhawks by 5 at the half. Second half, Kansas pulls away. Vaughn feed to Rafe Lorenz, and LaFrenz jams it home. Kansas walking away with it, 83-61. So Kansas survives a first half that really never should have been as close as it was. Only 6 points. Jayhawks in the first 20 minutes hit just 13 of their 30 shots, and they turned it over 10 times. 14th-ranked Georgia, an SEC affair with Eddie Fogler in South Carolina. Gamecocks were down 6 at the break. B.J. McKee to Nate Wilburn. Wilburn had 20. Then Larry Davis slamming it home. Then Melvin Watson's, we come right back at you. The feed to Malik Russell with a baseline dunk, and the Gamecocks win 85-73. Pivotal point for the Gamecocks. They hit 7 of 8 shots during a 17-5 run. That gave them a 6-point lead. They win by 12. Carlos Strong, this guy used to be the 10th most accurate shooter in the conference. He was 3 of 18 from the floor in the loss. Still to come here on SportsCenter. Back to the pro game, where the Hawks attempted to soar past the Hornets like Lang did to Gill. And then more on what and how the Packers did what they did to the Niners.
Every day, America Online is making it easier for people to live, work, and play.
Hey, Dan, ready for the game?
I can't go to the game today.
What?
I got to send my mom a birthday gift, then book plane tickets for our trip next week, and my kids got to go to the library to look up dinosaurs.
Hey, we can take care of that right now with America Online.
We can?
Yeah, we can send your mom flowers, order those plane tickets. We can even look up dinosaurs in Compton's Encyclopedia.
With America Online, you get instant news and sports, financial updates, online magazines, and easy access to the internet. Call now for your free America Online startup kit and 10 free online hours.
Flowers are sent, plane tickets are booked. Here come the dinosaurs.
That's great.
Downloading's easy. I can even send an email on the internet. We'll check it all out later, after the game.
So how do you get America Online?
Well, that's easy, too. You just call their 800 number.
Call 1-800-346-0600 now for your free America Online startup kit with free software and 10 free online hours. It's everything you need to get online. So call 1-800-346-0600.
The in-conference basketball wars have begun. Tuesday at 7:30, the Fighting Illini battle Michigan in Ann Arbor. At 9:30, SEC powers collide when top rush Ron Mercer leads Kentucky to Starkville to battle Eric Dampier and Mississippi State. Illinois, Michigan at 7:30. Kentucky, Mississippi State at 9:30. Tuesday on ESPN.
More NBA, the Hawks and the Hornets. Alan Bristow and Matt Geiger, not exactly hugs and kisses. Geiger smacks his hand away. First half, Kendall Gill with a miss, but Glenn Rice, hello! 21 points for Rice. Still in the first. Gill goes up for the dunk, and Andrew Lang says, "What, are you kidding me? I'm big and you're little. Don't come in here." Gill would learn his lesson this time, using the rim as a shield. On the reverse, Gill with 17. The Hornets win at 96-90. After 357 straight games coming off the bench, Del Curry was a starter in this one. He scored 21 points. Glenn Rice also with 21. The Hornets and a mini 2-game losing streak. The Hawks, meanwhile, have dropped 4 of 5. The Heat in Denver. Alonzo is back in the lineup. Fourth quarter, under a minute to go. Heat up by 2. LaFonso Ellis trying to tie it. Cannot do it. Then commits a foul as he hacked Billy Owens over the back. Owens would miss 2 free throws, though. 30 seconds left. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, the pull-up 3. Yes. Nuggets up 86-85. Mahmoud with 15 points. The Heat go to their main man, Alonzo. Antonio McDyess throws it out, but goaltending. Heat up by 1, and Alonzo trying to ice it away. Air ball at the line. Are you kidding me? Second free throw, money. 88-86 Heat. Got to guard Mahmoud. Last chance for Denver, trying to get off the game winner. Jumper from way out. No good. Riley's Heat win it 88-86. Alonzo Mourning in his return, 38 points, 10 rebounds. The Heat went 3-9 without him. The Heat win it despite shooting 1 of 17 from downtown. Denver activating LaFonso Ellis, coming off that injury, 8.7 rebounds, played 23 minutes in his return. Steve?
Back to football, and no one is sporting a wider smile this evening than Packers head coach Mike Holmgren. He walked into his old backyard by the Bay and took with him a divisional playoff victory back to Green Bay. So how much of his inside knowledge of the Niner offense did he share with his own defense? The one tip he said he gave, make sure you watch Jerry Rice. As Andrea Kramer reports, it's that kind of insight that propelled the Pack to victory.
Hours after the game, Packers defensive coordinator Fritz Shurmur was still marveling at how perfectly his game plan was executed. But not even Shurmur could have envisioned that after producing just 16 turnovers the entire season, the Packers would force 4 against the Niners and set the tone on Green Bay's first defensive play of the day.
Back to pass, Steve Young swings it off to the left to Derek Lewis. Fumble ball. Pick it up. Down the sidelines. Newsom to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Anytime you can get a touchdown like that at the beginning of the game, it sets the tone. It pretty much tells the offense that you're going to have to scrap a little bit harder.
We put them in a big hole. And I don't know if Frisco's really a come-from-behind offense. They get in front of you, and then they nickel and dime you to death, and they establish the run, the short passing game, and the screens. I think we took the running game away from them. I think we forced them to go to the pass exclusively. And
a key for the defense was the physical play of the cornerbacks, who jammed Jerry Rice at the line of scrimmage and rarely gave him single coverage, as well as the relentless pressure the entire defense put on Steve Young.
Steve Young is a great player, and I've said it before. You can play the perfect defense. You can do exactly what you're supposed to do on any play, and he still beats you because he's Steve Young. And the fact that we could contain him just a little bit, was huge in this game.
One embarrassed 49er player told me they did to us what we're used to doing to our opponents, forcing the early turnovers and jumping out to a big lead. In fact, on Saturday, it was the Packers, not the Niners, that looked like they had the #1 ranked defense in the league. In San Francisco, I'm Andrea Kramer, ESPN.
Andrea, thanks. Was this game over in the first quarter after the Packers had that 14-0 lead? The Green Bay defense has made a habit of shutting down opponents in the first 15 minutes. First quarter this season, including the playoffs, and the Pack has outscored opponents 111-48. Always nice to play with the lead. Larry?
Well, this is not exactly one of your stop-the-presses revelations, but Jimmy Johnson did confirm today he is interested in coaching the Miami Dolphins. Commenting publicly for the first time on the Fox pregame show, Johnson said he's got to sit down with Dolphins owner Wayne Huizenga. Johnson replaced an icon in Dallas and Tom Landry, won 2 Super Bowls there. Also revealed that he's talked with Tampa Bay and some other teams about returning to coaching, so not necessarily Miami. When Sportscenter continues, we hit the ice. The Central leading Red Wings trying to pad their lead on the second-place Blackhawks. And it's the supernova, Kerry Kittles, trying to keep the Wildcats perfect in conference.
From director Terry Gilliam
Do you think you're living in the future?
comes an extraordinary story
Have any of you heard of the Army of the 12 Monkeys?
of the man who saw the future
5 billion people died in 1996.
and tried to tell the world.
I'm not crazy.
5 billion people are going to die.
Bruce Willis, Madeline Stowe, and Brad Pitt.
Do you realize where he comes from?
12 Monkeys, rated R, now playing at theaters everywhere.
Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. Just help me this once, and I'll never ask for anything again. Ever. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Next time, get a dependable interstate battery. We check them before you buy them for fresh power. Guaranteed.
Back to the Bucks. First place Wings with a 9-point lead over the second place Hawks in the Central. And say hi to Kevin Hodgson, his first NHL start tonight for Detroit. He was spectacular. Hodgson holding his ground, makes the stop off Joe Murphy. A bubbling Chris Osgood got the night off. Scoreless in the second. Vladimir Konstantinov breaking in and beating Ed Belfour through the legs. Konstantinov 6, and the Wings have a 1-0 lead. 2-0 Wings. Konstantinov beat Slava Kozlov. And he beats Belfour on the backhand. 3-0 Wings. And what a story. Hodgson at 23. A big Sportscenter hello. And they shut out. He makes 20 stops. All 3 goals in the game scored by comrades. He was called up, Kevin Hodgson was, when Mike Vernon went on the injured list. Did you hear there was an avalanche in Toronto? Patrick Waugh was bombarded all game in this one. Early on in the first, Mike Gartner in front. Deflection by Patrick. Power play goal for Mike, his 19th. 1-0 Leafs. 2-1 in the second. Todd Gill moves in. The slapper by Patrick. 4th for Gill. 3-1 Leafs. Now it's 4-1. Gartner strikes again. Not a replay either. Mike is good at that, and he practices it as well. The perfect tip, another power play goal. Not a good night for Waugh and the Avalanche. 5-2 is your final. But get this, and this is sure to be a big story up in Canada. Leafs coach Pat Burns said afterwards that he played Damian Rhodes in goal because his #1 goaltender, Felix Potvin, doesn't play well when Patrick Waugh is down at the other end. Might be crazy, but it worked on this night. Caps off a tough tie with the Rangers last night and a tough one with New Jersey. Reed Simpson, say hi to him, his first NHL goal. 1-0 Devils. 24 seconds later, Bill Guerin skating in. He beats Carey. Guerin's 11th. 2-0 Devils. 2-1 now. Steve Thomas. Great feed. Guerin, backhander, his second of the game. 3-1 Devils. And that would be your final. As I mentioned, Simpson's first in the big leagues is the goal. And nice when it comes in a win. In progress out west, couple of blowouts. After 2 periods of play, Canucks have a 7-1 lead. McGillney and Tikkanen a pair each. Actually, McGillney has 2 goals, Tikkanen 2 assists. The Canucks getting 5 in the second. And the Kings a big lead out in the third. Gretzky has a goal and 2 assists. Larry.
How's this for versatility? Villanova star Kerry Kittles is averaging better than 19 points and 7 rebounds a game, leading the Wildcats to an 11-1 record. Not only that, Kittles also happens to be a minister in the Roman Catholic Church, leading to our question, did 24th-ranked Boston College have even a prayer visiting Villanova? Wildcats have won 4 straight in this series. Scooney Penn says, I got better than a prayer, I got my J. And Dwayne Woodward brought his with him, too. BC led 11-0. Hello, wake-up call. Steve Lapis screams at his team, and they would respond. Kerry Kittles, always ready to respond. Looks like a greyhound in the open court. Shake and fake to the hoop. Then Kittles picks it clean. The steal, and hello. And Kittles, a one-man show. Call him the Supernova as he explodes down the lane. 1-on-3, no problem. Kerry Kittles and Nova rolling 94-77. Kittles scored 33 points, 8 boards, 5 steals. Nova improving to 12-1 overall, 4-0 in the Big East. Scooney Penn led BC with 22, but he also turned it over 9 times. Seton Hall and Georgetown. The Hoyas win at 85-76. They've now won 10 straight. Allen Iverson put on a show, lit it up for 40. And stormy days for the Red Storm as Providence beat St. John's 82-78. Upset-minded Miami against UConn. UConn leading by 7 in the second half. Watch the pass. Beauty to Kirk King. Ray Allen with the feed, and it's good to be the King. 41-32 UConn. Allen passing inside to Travis Knight, gently setting it down. More Allen passing in the second. He strips Alex Frazier, then gets it to Rashmel Jones for the lay-in. UConn goes on to win it 73-52. Ray Allen leading the Huskies with 19, and he moves up to number 10 on the school's all-time scoring list. Pitt edged West Virginia in overtime 84-83. Gerald Jordan 16 points, 20 boards for the Panthers. When SportsCenter continues, Tim Duncan says, out of my way, as Wake gets pushed to overtime, and the Cowboys feel it's payback time, getting set to face Philly.
Chet and I were looking for a high traffic zone, so we set up next to Gateway 2000. Heard they were selling over 1 million computers a year. Turns out they can give people more computer for their money because they sell them all over the phone.
Nice for computer buyers. A major setback for the souvenir industry.
Gateway computers feature the Intel Pentium processor. Call 1-800-GATEWAY for a free information kit on how to get more computer by buying factory direct.
Nice job, Aikman. Real nice.
Inside each of us, there's a fire that drives us to be better.
Just a simple little screen pass, but you threw it like some kind of idiot. Ought to give all those people their money back.
But you have to feed that fire. That's why there's Metrix, a nutrient-dense, high-octane food for people who just don't know when to quit. Metrix. Keep the fire burning.
College basketball. There used to be some on. That was okay. And there was more. For a while, that seemed like plenty. But wouldn't it be cool if you could see more of the games you wanted? Your school's games. Great games in different time zones. Games with great new players. And hundreds of games you can't see anywhere else. Well, the ball's in your court. You just gotta contact your local cable operator or DirecTV, and they'll hook you up to ESPN Full Court. It's your season subscription to the NCAA.
Let's go to the Big Ten for some more hoops, shall we? Minnesota against Iowa. And if you're a mascot out there, you got to remember to stretch. Don't want to pull a hammy. Chris Kingsbury, why not shoot from half court, huh? Talk about range. Second half, Iowa's up 13. Jess settles to Russ Millard. The big man can shoot. He had 20. Chris Kingsbury from way out. Oh, come on. Banks it in. I guess he thinks he can make that because he just did. Russ Millard with 20 as the 10th-ranked Hawkeyes improved to 12-2. As you see the final score there, Iowa used a 27-15 spurt in the second half to blow the game open. Michigan bounces back from a loss at Wisconsin to blast Northwestern 83-51. Maurice Taylor with 14 points. Cincinnati and South Florida. Sun Dome, a tough place to win. Second half, Cincy up 2. James Harper to Chucky Atkins. Chucky hangs and hits. We're tied at 69. Time running down. Darnell Burton with a miss. Art Long is there with a rebound. Look what I found. 71-69 Bearcats. Bulls with a last shot to win it. Long pass up the court and can't get it off in the final second. So the final 71-69 Cincinnati. The Bearcats escaping Tampa with a win. They go to 9-0. Danny Fortson had 19 points. Indiana blew out Ohio State. Andre Patterson exploding, a career-high 26 points. More from the hardwood. Wake Forest and Florida State. Wake up 72-71 in overtime. Jerry Braswell hits the triple, a 4-point lead for Wake. FSU down 75-73. Trying to tie it up. Lamar Greer taking it in on Tim Duncan, or he will in the final seconds here, and the big man says, I don't think so. Wake holds on 75-73. Mississippi State against Florida. Gators on a big run. Greg Williams with a drive. No. LaRon Williams says yes. 18-4 spurt by Florida. But Mississippi State, the Bulldogs would prevail. Darrell Wilson, oh, sweet to the hoop. He had 18. Mississippi State, 69-66. Rice and Texas. Tommy McGahee stealing the rebound away from Sonny Alvarado. And the easy layup. Rice up 3. Now McGahee off the baseline screen. The lefty 3. McGee with 23 in the first half. Rice up 44-32. Second half. Reggie Freeman, the crossover. Hesitation dribble. Scoop to the hoop. Freeman with 22. Texas down 3. This time McGahee double team. Cross court to Kevin Nanny. Little floater in the lane. Around and in. Rice up 5. Texas takes it on the nose. Their Southwest Conference opener, home opener, a loss, 80-69 to Rice. Big Ten, Michigan State and Illinois. Kawani Garris to Jerry G, who misses the jam. Lou Henson, thumbs down. Illinois down 7 at the half. Jamie Fike double-teamed inside, kicks it out to Damon Bafea. Spartans up by 3. Next possession, Fike, inside, outside. Ray Weathers for the triple. 3 of his 16 second-half points. Michigan State by 6. Michigan State wins it, 68-58. Steve?
Back to the NFL, and it's really the best thing that could have happened to the Cowboys and the Chiefs as they prepared for their respective divisional playoff games tomorrow. The Packer win in San Francisco should have set off a bomb in both Dallas and Kansas City to avoid the overconfidence that can come with home field and a big spread. That if you come out flat, could come out of the game with a flat line. We have previews of both games now, beginning at Arrowhead with Sal Palantonio.
Don't be fooled by the tropical scenery inside the Colts Hotel. Outside here in Kansas City, it is cold, very cold, just as it is expected to be Sunday at Arrowhead Stadium.
They have to play in the same weather we have to play in. What's the big deal about that? I think that, as history goes, dome teams haven't done this and they haven't done that. Maybe those teams weren't good enough to win.
Not worried at all. It's the playoffs, you know. Ain't got time to think about the weather, you know. We're going out there ready to play.
A bigger concern for the Colts is playing without Marshall Faulk, who underwent knee surgery yesterday and did not make the trip to Kansas City. That means that Zach Crockett will have to carry the load for the second straight week. And unlike San Diego, Kansas City will not be caught by surprise.
As a young player, you know, sometimes different teams try to mold you into it. So when you do go in, you feel comfortable in the offense. That's the way I feel about, you know, Indianapolis Colts. I feel as though they molded me into it. So when it was my time to step up, you know, I feel comfortable out on the field.
Faulk will be evaluated from week to week. If the Colts should advance, there's an outside shot he could be ready for the AFC Championship game. Now let's go to Leslie Visser in Dallas.
The Cowboys are preparing for some eastern exposure by enduring a little eastern weather. It's windy and cold, and temperatures are expected to be in the low 30s at kickoff on Sunday. But the Dallas Cowboys are looking forward to giving the Philadelphia Eagles a chilly reception.
Hey, we don't care. We're ready now. I mean, we know that if we don't play good Cowboy football, they can beat us. But they also know if we do play good Cowboy football, we'll whoop them.
Dallas has beaten Philadelphia in 7 of the last 8 meetings, but the most recent on December 10th left football fans stunned.
It's going to Emmett. Emmett has it. He stopped. Again. The first down at the 29.
Going for it on 4th down is an incredibly gutsy decision, and now the wrong decision.
All of a sudden, it's 4th and 1 film pops on. I look back, but everybody like, I'm like, boy, they reliving it. I just started laughing, you know. I was like, golly, I'm not going to let this get me down. I mean, everybody just said, no. Like, they still can't believe we didn't get the 4th and 1.
For the Eagles, it could be a big day for a former Cowboy. Rodney Peete, who spent a year as Troy Aikman's backup, will battle the Dallas defense and his own body. Peete has had the flu and laryngitis all week. One final note on this place. City officials here in Irving have been asked to explore the possibility of corporate sponsorship for Texas Stadium. Jerry Jones would also like a retractable roof and 35,000 more seats. Has the name Nike Town been used? In Texas, I'm Leslie Visser, ESPN.
As Leslie knows, the Cowboys have dominated their division at home. Since '92, Dallas has dropped only one Texas Stadium division game. That was to the Redskins a month ago. Over that same period, Dallas has outscored their rivals by a combined 281 points, scoring 30 or more points 10 times. That must be comforting to the Eagles. Still to come. Here on SportsCenter, there's more from ice level. As Mark Recchi and the Montreal Canadiens were flying against the Buffalo Sabres. Shootout when we come back.
Identify yourself. Do you go for the gusto? Go out on a limb? Go full speed ahead? Go where no man has gone before? Or are you a cornflake eater? Guess not. You go for the adrenaline-pumping, milk-defying taste of Wheaties, made with wall-to-wall, indoor, outdoor, toasty, tasty, 100% whole wheat. A whole mouthful of flavor. It's the whole Megillah. So for taste that goes the distance, goes all out, go for the over-the-top taste of whole wheat Wheaties.
Time changes. Nothing lasts forever. Either you change or you get left behind. Today's technology is amazing, but the batteries got left behind. Well, Railvac changed all of that. Renewal. They're alkaline, like regular batteries, but more advanced. You can renew them, reuse them, and they come back strong. It's so easy to throw them in here. Why would I throw them out there? Play it smart. Railvac Renewal.
22 minutes, 16 seconds past the hour.
Nice guy, James. His name's William.
A familiar face. A morning smile. An extra step.
Bridges down, but he got here anyway, didn't he? It's amazing.
At this moment, the people of FedEx are using their know-how, determination, and heart to treat your package as if it were the most important package of all. Because to them, that's exactly what it is.
James, such a nice boy. He is a nice boy, but his name's William.
Round 3 of the Mercedes Championship from beautiful La Costa. First round leader Lee Jansen struggling on the par 4 10th hole. Kerplunk, bogey. Jansen to 72, 5 shots back. On 13, Ben Crenshaw. Going. Gone from the bunker. Ben with the 69. Story of the day, though, Mark O'Meara on the par 3 11th, the birdie attempt. And you know that if we're showing this to you, from that length it's going. O'Meara with a 66. And there's your leader, O'Meara, at 13 under par. He's opened up a 4-stroke lead over Nick Faldo. There is a foursome, including Gallagher, Hoke, Pavin, and Jansen, 5 strokes off the pace. Steve?
Back to hockey, Cam Neely of the Bruins reportedly fought back tears while admitting he was embarrassed when rookie head coach Steve Kasper dressed him but didn't play him, along with Kevin Stevens. Both returned to the lineup. Stevens, the pass there to Mariusz Czerkawski, the goal, and then the major league brawl. It was 2-0 Bruins. Let's take another look at it. Czerkawski scores, and Scott Daniels, the cross-check, and that's a big league cross-check. Czerkawski ended up bloodied. Daniels, rightfully so, the game misconduct. Todd Ellick to Cam Neely. Neely in his return scores. They did work that Steve Kasper did. Bruins win. Senators Niles, Mike Bales makes the save on Zygmunt Palffy, but Travis Green picks up the rebound. Isles win by a score of 5-4. Sabres Canadiens, third period. 10.5 left in the game. Pierre Turgeon, the former Islander, skates in. He beats John Blue, 300th career goal for him. Teddy Nolan didn't enjoy that Turgeon had the hat trick. Montreal wins. Donald Odette shot, saved by Jocelyn Thibault, and Pat LaFontaine back in the lineup. Wait a second, Montreal didn't win. Buffalo did. The Sabres a 7-6 winner. Panthers and Flames, Ed Wood centering to Dean Evison. He beats Mark Fitzpatrick. The Flames had the empty netter. Rick Tabaracci, 20 saves in the shutout. Still to come here on SportsCenter. How the 49ers were banged all over the field by the Packers. Fumbled away the defense of their world championship.
Sports fans, it's time to celebrate, to dance and cheer, because the NFL's newest Follies is here. Plus, there's an incredible luminescent sports watch just for you, and this authentic SI sweatshirt too. Everyone's elated because all 3 are free with your paid subscription to Sports Illustrated. The newest Follies is hosted by Comedy Central's Dom Herrera.
Me, Dom!
The way Dom plays the game, football will never be the same. To make it better yet, you also get an SI sports watch with genuine leather band and glow-in-the-dark face. Plus, this heavyweight sweatshirt that looks good any place. It's hard to believe, but not 1, not 2, all 3 are free. When you order 54 issues of SI for only $1.47 an issue, save over 50% off the cover price. Use your credit card. Now's the time to call to be sure and get it all. 3 free from Sports Illustrated. It's a sports experience like no other. Get into it.
5-card draw.
Feeling now, huh, Joe? Yeah, watch the bottom of the deck. Hey, Art, did you ever have turf toe?
What the hell is that?
Hey, Art, how about a hip point?
I got no hips.
Art, have you ever had your anterior cruciate removed?
What the hell are you talking about, Joe?
All right, everybody's got a cruciate.
Oh, really? Back when I played, we didn't have any cruciates. Sounds like something to eat.
Pac-10 hoops, Arizona State and Cal. First half. Got to stop the freshman Sharif Abdur-Rahim. Nobody's stopping that. Cal cruising up 20. Second half. Sun Devils get back into it. Quincy Brewer, lefty runner in the lane. Sun Devils make it a 6-point game, but too much. Sharif, offensive rebound and put back and one. He had 28. Cal wins. We're not worthy. 97-82. Rahim also with 15 rebounds. Ed Gray with a career-high 27 for the victorious Cal Bears. Some more scores for you in the world of college hoops.
Right about now in Titletown, they're thinking if the Eagles beat the Cowboys tomorrow, then the NFC title game would be played at Lambeau Field, complete with frozen tundra. In San Francisco, however, they're thinking about what went wrong, and not just today, but from last offseason to the one that is now already underway. Buckle up. If the 49ers season was a ride, it would be this. A 3-0 start, followed by a 2-4 streak, followed by a 6-0 stretch, and then 2 losses to end the season. But was it the Niners or their opponents?
I think that against most teams, they're going to be effective throwing the ball. But when they come up against a balanced defense, a defense that's able to defend the run and then also defend the pass, I think they're going to have their problems.
San Francisco's season was also marked by the loss of key personnel before the season. Players like Ricky Waters and Deion Sanders, and coaches like Ray Rhodes and Mike Shanahan. And by the loss of key personnel during the season. Steve Young, William Floyd, and Brent Jones. And as in Saturday's game, the Niners found the loss of the big play from Jerry Rice hurt them. Look at the Niners roller coaster. During the 3-game winning streak, Rice caught 23 passes, 5 touchdowns. But he had big plays, 50 yards, 54 yards. However, during the 2-4 stretch, Rice's longest catch, 39 yards. He also pulled in only 3 scores. But in the 6-0 streak, Rice was dominant. 45 catches, 819 yards, and 7 touchdowns, plus big gainers.
Team said, hey, look, it worked one time. Let's do it again. Let's focus on taking Jerry Rice out of the game, make Steve Young go someplace else, and let's see if they can beat us with other people.
But though Rice's season was a barometer, it may have been some of the other options that actually hindered the Niners.
They were still in search of a running game and never really solved it. They thought that the addition of J.J. Stokes would give them that third receiver that would replace a little bit of the running game. It never worked out that way.
Following an 11-7 loss to the Saints and a 13-7 fiasco to the Panthers, well, the Niners, they were backpedaling.
You end up shaking your head. You wonder what the hell's going on. You look around, our offense has got maybe 3 or 4 guys who are in the Super Bowl, so it's a different team, and it's a long way from Miami.
It was a bizarre situation and one that, but at this particular time, that we have to be good enough to overcome that, and we're not.
But they were, defeating Dallas the next week and winning the next 5 as well.
I think this team showed a lot of heart, and that was a key to us bringing the season back.
The regular season finale, a loss to the Falcons. That staggered the Niners, and then the knockout punch on Saturday, well, it finished them off.
I think we had some, as I said before, some great efforts throughout this season. And for whatever reasons, it was not to be.
The only way we can get better is if you admit that they won the game today and move on and try to get better next year.
Either the 49ers didn't force the play or the Packers didn't allow them to, but San Francisco in their previous 7 games, they've been turning people over and dropping quarterbacks in a big way. Not today, they didn't. Still to come here on Sportscenter. The best of today, cleverly titled Today's Best. That include the rainstorm that was coming down whenever Auburn's Lance Weems put it up.
What are they?
Call it a screamer.
Blades in the ground. Kill. Where did they come from?
Once it gets inside, that's when the killing starts.
Now.
We got a new kind of screamer. They're smarter now.
The last scream you hear will be your own. Screamers. Rated R. At theaters January 26th.
When I was really young, I could eat anything I wanted and still have energy to burn. But now, to get my body to perform, it takes real food. Power Bar is a balanced combination of all the low-fat, healthy foods my body needs for the energy to perform at its peak every day. And it not only works great, it tastes great. So even though I'm not as young as I used to be, I still have energy to burn. Power Bar. Be ready.
It's the return of Big Monday on ESPN. First at 7:30, 2 of the bright lights of the Big East, Kerry Kittles and Ray Allen, square off in a conference rumble. Then at 9:30, backcourt magician Jock Vaughn leads Kansas to Stillwater to battle Oklahoma State. Villanova, Connecticut at 7:30. Kansas, Oklahoma State at 9:30. Big Monday, presented by Bud Light. Monday on ESPN.
Surely you remember the Arkansas Razorbacks. They were in last year's NCAA championship game. This weekend, they make today's best. Unfortunately, they were on the receiving end as Auburn's Lance Weems lit them up. And I mean on fire. Today's best, Arkansas and Auburn, Lance Weems takes the pass spot up. He's a pure shooter. You will soon find out. Lance Weems cannot be stopped. He's going to shoot it until somebody comes out and makes him stop. And Nolan Richardson said, we can't stop this guy. He hit 10 threes. Auburn 101-76. USC and Washington. Trojans down 1 second left. Stays Bozeman end-to-end. Gives off to Brandon Martin. Yes, for 3. USC up by a deuce. Washington State, one last chance. Isaac Fontaine for the win. No! USC pulls it out against Wazoo, 83-81. Definitely worthy of today's best.
Today's best is brought to you by Danka, the office systems leader. World-class products, world-class service, guaranteed.
If your office equipment ever breaks down, no matter where you are in the business world, remember, nobody responds like Danka.
Welcome, my son.
Hello, Dolly.
Everyone wants to know the facts of life, but look at the jam I'm in.
I can fix that.
Only Danka offers copiers, fax machines, and digital systems with its world-class commitment to service.
You're wise beyond your years, Danka man.
So what is the true meaning of life?
Leave your number. I will fax you.
Danka, world-class products, world-class service.
This is about how you go to sleep one day, running your business the same way you always have, and wake up the next morning with things like email, voicemail, PCs, pagers, a new communications network for free. It's not a fairy tale, a myth, or a parable. This is about how things can really happen. This is about opening your eyes instead of closing them, and making a call instead of a wish. Network MCI, that's how.
Still searching for the perfect cold medicine? Alka-Seltzer Plus wears off after only 4 hours. NyQuil contains alcohol and won't even last through an 8-hour night. But there is a medicine that lasts all day or all night. Today's Contact. Right from the first dose, Contact gives you 12 full hours of continuous congestion relief with its unique tiny time pills. Today's Contact. Relief that's fast, relief that lasts.
Fluff's dependable. He knows what to expect from Fluff every...